I want to do this video because this is an interesting point that you see a lot online, and that is, does visualizing money, does visualizing $1 million get you there quicker? And I'm gonna be honest, this is my own personal perspective, especially some of this being based off science, actually. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. Now, I want to take a quick side note and talk about visualizing for sport. Now, in case you didn't know, there is an immense amount of research, facts, statistics, and more to prove. It's basically been proven that if you visualize, hitting a free throw, if you visualize lifting more weight, if you visualize running faster on a track, you actually can do it a lot better and more efficiently. This is why if you look at any Olympic athlete in the world, visualizing it and visualization is one of the most powerful tools. There are some Olympic athletes who, let's say they're gonna run, like a 3-something minute mile, will they sit in a chair like this one and just close and meditate and picture those exact 3 minutes, how their body feels as running, and a lot more. They even did one study where they had people sit and not work out. So they sit and let's say for 4 weeks or 6 weeks, they had them sit in a chair for 30 minutes and just picture lifting weights for 30 minutes long. 30 minutes straight, just picture lifting weights. They found that these people actually gained some muscle and burned some fat. So on one end, I want to say that in some cases, visualization, when it comes to your body's performance, is heavily proven by science. So let's say if you are an athlete and you're training, like I do this a lot when it comes to parkour and calisthenics and working out, visualization is huge for your body to kind of adapt better. In case you didn't know, they've done a lot of studies where, let's say I have like a glass of water in my hand and I pick it up like this, and then I close my eyes and I picture lifting up that glass of water. My brain doesn't know the difference between me doing this and me picturing doing it, right? So there are a lot of good things when it comes to visualization. I think one issue though is look at something, what I'm gonna call more ethereal, or I might even say external, like making more money. When you think about it, I'm not affecting my body. It's something outside of me. And when you look at a lot of celebrities, influencers, some content creators too, they have this kind of perspective sometimes of, visualize that it's gonna come to you, almost in a metaphysical way, like the universe or the secret. Now, here's the truth. There is some truth to this, some not truth to this. Now, granted, this is gonna get in more of a, debate, right? Because no one really knows. But from my perspective is this. Do I think the universe exists? Do I think something like the secret exists, where in a purely metaphysical way, if I keep imagining $1 million, it's gonna come to me? I honestly don't know. Some people believe in that, some people don't, because we're not past the point of not just visualizing your body to perform physically, which has already been proven by science, because it's more of a hard fact kind of thing. But when it comes to visualizing more money, I think it becomes a bit more ethereal. It becomes more metaphysical. It becomes more spiritual even, or religious or whatever. And I think that can cause, not some issues, but I think it can make things a bit more dicey. And the way I look at it, because I will say this, I do visualize making $1 million, like I said, on this channel. I do visualize being successful in YouTube and music and my fitness as well. Fitness, I'm gonna put in a separate category though, because I think that's a little different type of visualization, if that makes sense. But when it comes to $1 million, it's outside of me. It's external. It's blah, 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 right? And here's the way I look at it. One is, I will say this. If you look at a lot of very, very rich people, a lot of them use or say that visualization is a powerful tool. They meditate. Like even Tim Ferriss, who's interviewed some of the most successful people in the world in almost every industry, has said that one common thing he noticed is almost every successful person has some form of meditation, visualization, some kind of practice. Kind of interesting. So the second thing though, and I hate to say not to be negative, but I sometimes think of how many people visualized winning the lottery and didn't win it. Visualized making $1 million and didn't do it. So part of me still kind of feels like the whole ethereal aspect of the universe might be a thing. It might not, right? It might not, kind of tough to say. But the third thing I want to say on this, and this is the way I look at it, is why not? It's not like I have to spend money to visualize. I'm gonna spend 5 or 10 minutes out of my day. So what I typically do now, and I'll kind of do maybe a dedicated video about this, is when I wake up, typically take a cold shower right away. Then after taking a cold shower, go for a morning walk, get the sunlight in my eyes. It's good for like waking up, good for physiology, not only physiological benefits, but psychological benefits and a lot more. And then I write notes in terms of writing down my goals. Like, I want to make this amount a month. I want to have this. I want to do this. So I kind of write things down, because writing things down, they have found in studies, your brain kind of retains it more. It's better, all this kind of stuff. So they look at it as one end, it doesn't hurt. If the universe is actually a thing, and there's actually some kind of metaphysical, spiritual aspect going on, hey, it doesn't hurt. But if it doesn't actually exist, like I say, it's all fugazi, it doesn't exist, I'm not losing anything. I'm not spending money for something fake that's snake oil, so to speak. Now, on the other end, let's talk about science, though. And this is a big thing I want to bring up in this video, that if I said to you right now, for the next week, take a red Prius. I want you to put the thought out into the universe of seeing as many red Priuses as you can. Now, I guarantee in the next week, if you do this, you will see more red Priuses. But here's a big question. Is it because the universe brought them to you? Which could be the case. I hate to say it, I probably lean on maybe not, but could be the case. Or is it because you told your mind to be more receptive and aware that any red Prius that you might see, you're going to now be more hyper aware of? And that's been shown in a lot of studies. Like right now, you're not thinking about your left big toe, but now you are because I brought it to your attention, right? What your brain does evolutionarily is it filters, I think it's like 2 million bits of information every second or something like that, into like a handful of things, like 10 or 15. Like you're not aware that my shirt's black. Now you are. You're not aware that I'm doing that maybe you're breathing right now. Now you are. You're not aware that right now your tongue is in your mouth. Now you are. So as we bring these things to your attention, evolutionarily, because your brain's trying to protect you, it says, oh, we got this new piece of information. Let's assess it in case we need to use it for whatever the case is, right? And so I will say that when it comes to your brain, it does try to figure out what things you're paying more attention to and less attention to. And they've done an interesting study about this too, for example, where they talk about luck. They wanted to interview people and they pretended like they were making a new scratch kit. It was a pretend thing they said initially. But what they're really testing was luck. And they asked people, I'm going to sum this up in 2 seconds. They asked people, okay, on this scratch ticket or on this piece of paper, we want to write down name, age, how often do you gamble. But the big thing they wanted to know is how lucky would you rate yourself, 1 through 10? Just how lucky do you think you are? Then they gave a bunch of people these fake scratch tickets and pretended that they're the lottery and said, hey, we want you to scratch these scratch tickets. We're trying to figure out if this new type of scratch ticket is going to be good. And when they noticed this, every scratch ticket, I think, won like $100,000. It was fake money, but it won like $100,000. But what they noticed is the people who rated themselves luckier were more likely to win all that money, because there was a spectrum on this scratch ticket, more likely to win all that money. The people who voted themselves unluckier, or said they were unlucky, made less money in the scratch ticket, which baffled researchers. And like, wait a minute. One, everybody was supposed to win $100,000. Every lottery ticket was a winner of $100K. But 2, it's interesting that there's a direct correlation of how lucky somebody rated themselves and also how unlucky they rated themselves and how they actually won the scratch ticket. Because it wasn't like a black or white situation. It was like you could win 10K, 20K, 30K, blah, blah, all the way up to 100K. And I think this is a big thing I said at the end of the day when it comes to visualizing and picturing money and everything is, well, yes, do I think it could be the universe or not? Maybe. I don't know, but maybe. Tough to say. But the bigger thing is this, is that when you start picturing and visualizing, making more money, being more successful and everything, whether it's a universe or not, which it could be, your brain starts becoming more aware of potential opportunities, becoming more aware of things, like I said with the red Prius, that maybe you might not even notice. I remember one study, one magician, mentalist did an experiment where he had unlucky people walk by a $100 bill on the ground, and if someone said they were lucky, they were more likely to notice it, like, ooh, $100 bill, and pick it up. But if someone rated themselves unlucky, they were actually more likely to just walk by the $100 bill and not even notice it. Not even pick it up. And that begs you to ask the question, is luck this ethereal spiritual thing? Or is it more of you just noticing opportunities? Is it more of your brain being on this awareness level saying, okay, let's become aware of whether it's a person, an event, maybe something you're scrolling through on Instagram and you notice, become more hyper aware of potential opportunities and just things in your reality that might push you to make more money, might push you to be more successful. Like I said with the red Priuses example, if like you happen to see more red Priuses in the next week, it's because that more likely than not, your brain's not more hyper aware of that because it's focusing on that. And then focusing on these potential success factors or success things that might pop into your world of maybe, again, a conversation, a person, maybe something that you notice out in the distance. Like, you never know. And I will say that for me, when I started doing more successful stuff and becoming more aware of it, successful visualization, it then made me realize, okay, I'm now becoming more hyper aware of things in my environment that not necessarily came to me, but I came to them because I was focusing a lot more.